Well, thank you, Zainab Mohammed, for that report. Now, a three-judge bench of the High Court has upheld the impeachment of former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko by the Nairobi County Assembly and the Senate last year. The bench has ruled that all allegations made by the County Assembly were connected to Sonko and his impeachment was not engineered by an external hand. The bench also upheld the nomination, vetting and swearing in of Anne Kananu as Nairobi County Deputy Governor, paving way for her to fully assume the operations of the county, though Sonko's defense has vowed to appeal the ruling, as Mwangi Maina now reports.
A three-judge bench of the High Court has breathed a sigh of relief to Anne Kananu, whose nomination and subsequent assumption of office as Nairobi Deputy Governor was marred with controversies and court cases. The bench ruled that a governor is just a nominating authority and not an appointing authority. The bench also ruled that Sonko's purported withdrawal of Kananu's nomination was ill-informed, tainted with malice and ill will, and thus the process of appointing Kananu did not violate the Constitution.
It is our finding that the nomination, vetting, approval and swearing in of Hon Kananu as the Deputy Governor was constitutional and complied with the applicable laws. Consequently, we find that all the petitions challenging her ascendancy to the position of Deputy Governor are without merit and are hereby dismissed.
Dismissing the consolidated cases challenging Kananu's appointment, the bench argued that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) would have only conducted an election if Kananu's nomination was rejected by the Assembly. The bench ruled that Sonko's impeachment did not spell doom to Kananu's assumption of office, as the process of vetting her had already begun and had only been stopped by the High Court, which later gave the County Assembly the go-ahead to vet her.
We observe that as at the time of the impeachment of the governor, the process of appointment of the nominated deputy had been stayed by a court, but was soon thereafter reactivated. It is therefore our finding that the IEBC cannot be faulted for calling for the by-election. As we have already stated in this judgment, a by-election would have indeed been conducted if Hon Kananu had not been approved by the County Assembly.
Former Governor Mike Sonko was dealt another blow, with the bench upholding his impeachment. In the ruling, the judges observed that all allegations leveled against Sonko pointed to him and no external hand was involved in his removal from office.
The allegations made were connected to Hon Sonko and were substantiated to the required standard. We therefore cannot fault the County Assembly and the Senate for their decision to impeach Hon Sonko. There was the allegation that the President of the Republic of Kenya was behind the impeachment of Hon Sonko. From the material placed before this court, which is the only material that we are required by law to consider, we do not see any external hand in the impeachment of Hon Sonko. It will be a sad day for this county to imagine that county assemblies and parliament are puppeteers of external forces. These, as per the Constitution, are independent organs that are expected to carry out their duties only in compliance with the Constitution and the law.
The judges noted Sonko's decision to ferry 57 MCAs to the coast on the day the motion was being debated was engineered to scuttle the impeachment proceedings. The bench ruled his removal from office met the constitutional threshold from the notice of motion, public participation, and the subsequent debate in both the County Assembly of Nairobi and the Senate.
We find that the conduct of Hon Sonko does not meet the high standards expected of a governor.
In the event Sonko appeals the ruling unsuccessfully, Deputy Governor Anne Kananu will be sworn in and assume office as a substantive third governor of the Nairobi City County. Mwangi Maina, TV 47, Nairobi.